Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 10 and we were discussing a topic on the knowledge management. Yesterday we started our knowledge management discussion and we reach a point that how we can set up the knowledge management and we were on the guided setup part. So now let's come back here and let's discuss further. Yeah. So we discuss about the rules, we discuss about the knowledge base, and we discuss about the flow as well. Now, few things about the properties and how we can do. Let's come here. And also one more thing. When we say properties, there are two type of properties available in ServiceNow. One is a system property that we call as a global one, and one is a module level properties. Maybe I can say it's for incident change separately, problem separately, request separately, so that you can do a module level settings as well. You can make a property changes in the module level as well. Now we're going to be discussing about the knowledge management properties, not the system level properties. And you can see here, and let me open this. Okay. So what it says specifically, generally we did not touch any out of the box property, but still we have to be see little bit understand that how these properties work and what's this contain actually. Okay, number of columns on a page portal, like it's like a two column, three column kind of things. It's look like that. Maximum number of articles per content block on the home page, like featured content, useful, it will come from here. Okay, don't show if any category don't have any topic, like any article is not there, don't show that category. That is a good practice. Okay, number of knowledge base item preview in the section. When you open this knowledge base, you can see the preview, then number of how many you can see. By default sorting is the publish, direction is descending, and few more are there. Few things which is important to understand these things. Number one, list of role that can see the article in the review workflow. Only these can see, either admin, either ITIL user, and this. List of role that can see article in the draft workflow in the knowledge portals. Then admin only. Okay, generally from our perspective here, from our training perspective, these properties are just for the review purpose. We did not make changes here, but yes, when we go for the incident or the change, then we will make some changes in the property level as well. But we should know that from where few things are coming. So your homework for today or this weekend is that you need to be go through these properties if you can understand. Like it's a normal simple English only. You can still say that yes, I can understand. Okay, because sometime we did not do anything on the property level. If you make any change in the property, it may impact some running code as well, or we have to make change in the code level as well. Okay, so few quick ones like show task which on the article has recently attached, number of attached tasks to display when reviewing the article. Like this is show the was this article helpful, yes or no rating option. If you untick this, it will not appear on that particular where I can say knowledge article in the portal level. Okay, list of role. They can see yes, no, was this article helpful? So it is yes and no, and who can see? It's a public role. Anybody can see. And if any user don't have any role, call end user still they can do. Show create incident link. URL used for create incident link. That by using this knowledge article, you want to get an incident. By this way we can do show 5-star rating options. Generally, if I talk from the examination perspective, these 3 or 4 things are important. Number 1, property, number 2, and number 3, property. that which role is required. Flagging is the one more thing. You can flag it that it is not a good article. When we go for the incident management and we'll raise this, use this knowledge article, then you will get a flagging option there. Okay. So these are the things which is coming from here. And this is for the search property. When you search the knowledge article, then how it's work. It show by default with the relevancy. So it has a relevancy, it has a view, it is a last modified. By default, it is relevant. If you search something, it shows the relevant, most relevant to you. Then author name in this part, last modified, published date, all these things you want to say yes and no, you can check it. Okay, but one more thing. Even though we are on the knowledge management properties, but if we make any change in this property, it will be a global level change. When I say the global level change means it is not only show to one person. If you all are using my instance and if I make a change in this property, then it will be available or applicable for you guys as well. It's not personalized. It's not personalized. It's a global one, but yes, now it is coming in the part of the, what I can say, knowledge management property only. Okay. Contextual search, context supporting sources, knowledge search. So you have to find out these things and then you can do part. It's too much they have given here, but they have divided these sections like for rating, for home page, for search, for actionable feedback items. Okay. I'll go through one knowledge article as well. We'll create and then we'll see this how this feedback and other things will be working there. So once you've done this part, then configure the article templates. I want whenever anybody creating knowledge article, they should use some kind of a template. And we can go here and let's see, do we have anything on the template here? No, we don't have anything other template here. Right? Then how this thing work for us? Configure article templates, because it is be required when we are creating any new article. So let's say click on this create new and we have this thing. Okay. So if you go here, you can see the template toggle bar and you can get the template from here itself. Okay. Click on the create new. So you can go and you can define that how it will be look like, that what field should become. I want the description should contain a lot of things. So let's say I am saying description. It should be like name, class, gender, like this. This is what I'm doing the template part. Template management is one of the important concept in ServiceNow. We use template while raising the incident. We use template for the change as well, and we use template for this particular knowledge management as well. So let's say if I put LNG, submit it. Oh, it should be article body. We make it in the description. So now this has been done. Even though no changes we can see here because we did on the description, but it should be the article body. So something wrong we have done. Okay, but if you want to use, let's see and click on this here. Create a new article template in addition to the predefined templates. Add new field based on how you want to customize it. Because I was working for a customer and they says if anybody is raising a knowledge or creating knowledge article for the root cause, they should follow some different template. If they want to create a article for the workaround, then they should do by that way. But to do this part, we have to do the plugin activation as well. So they say unlock by activating the plugin. That is it was showing as a lock here. Means until unless you will not activate the plugin, then see what plugin is required. It says you have to be activate this plugin installer, advanced installer, and then you'll get an option called the template. What I showed you, that is the different one, but this one.
Excuse me, it will from where? Excuse me, it will from where I can download this plugin or find this plugin?
Okay.
Where?
So now
it's required the plugin, let's say.
Right. So now sometimes what happened that, and these things come with experience only. When you start working, then you will come to know that okay, this plugin is required. So what we can do, let me say knowledge management advanced installer. Okay, let's close this and come here and search for plugins. And here you can type it. Knowledge management. Manage. Like this, in under this you can see. Let's click on install. So this one we're talking. And also see localization is also there, international is also there. We have a plugin for this thing for Microsoft Word as well. So if we activate this plugin, then we will get few things, but as per guided setup, they say only install this plugin, advanced installer. If I open this, so this one they are saying use this plugin to install this. When you activate this plugin, it will do validation of the knowledge articles, and advanced plugin can successfully install. If validation fails, it will do. So now if you, and it's a free one, not a paid one. If you click on the install, it will take I guess few seconds only. Plugin and all this successfully is okay. It's getting, no wait. Do we have any demo data for this? No. Okay. So now it will take few minutes to activate that plugin, and then something new will be appear for us, or this will be unlocked, and then we can configure it, the templates. Okay, so like this we do the plugin activation. Generally these things come from the experience only, by reading it, by checking it, by doing some R&D, then you come to know okay, for this a plugin is required. That is the reason, sorry, I'm preferring whenever you're implementing something new for your customer, better go and check in the guided setup that okay, this thing done, this thing done, this thing done. So all these things you will come to know from the guided setup only. Okay, so let it be activated quickly. Yeah, it will take few minutes, then we'll come back here. Okay, then once this has been done, then we can say article support for the other language. I want to show my article in the other languages as well. In this case, it doesn't mean that I have to be install the different or I have to be write the article in the different language. There's a plugin available. I18N. What is the meaning of the 18 here? Yesterday we were discussing. 18 is the alphabets between I and N. It's total 18. The reason it is called as the internalization plugin. I18N is the name of this particular plugin. So if you come back here, you see we're talking about this thing. If you activate this, and if a user has some different language, then they can see in that particular part as well. This is what, okay, this has been done. This is what the benefit of this particular stuff here. From examination part, just remember that which plugin name it is, nothing much on that part. Okay, and at the last, when we go It's again lock. It says create ownership group of the article in the feedback. Who will own the article and who will own the feedback? Because in the knowledge management, the feedback play again a bigger role. I am a user, I'm giving a feedback. Only then you will come to know that, okay, how to improve this knowledge article. So either you can create your own one, and for this also they say it's a plugin available. Let's see which plugin they'll be saying. And these are not coming out of the box. We have to be installed if we want to do. Okay, I guess, okay, this one. It is part of advanced only, advanced installer only. So this one we are seeing. So once this will be available, then you can configure. Let me try to be. So now you can see it's all unlock. If you notice this part, see there's no lock available. Why? Because now we activate the plugin and you want to configure, you can configure it very easily on that part. Okay, so this is what the mainly we do in the this part. Second, you can put the knowledge security. User criteria, who can contribute, who cannot contribute, who can, to whom it can be assigned, who can read, who cannot read. All these things come in the user criteria only. And you can define, and there's a concept called the unauthenticated user as well. Unauthenticated user as well can access it. It is a good concept. I was very surprised to know this thing when I was doing this training, that there is a concept of the unauthenticated user as well. It says configure access to knowledge base for unauthenticated users. And this come review knowledge base accessible to unauthenticated user based on the user criteria. And there is some record called this with no user criteria property. If you want to restrict unauthenticated user of a knowledge base, you can use the user criteria with this part. Nothing much. I'm going in the deep as of now because it's just a supporting one, not the core process for us at point of time. Okay, but yes, it is a good concept. If someone asks, you should know that, okay, there is a concept of unauthenticated user in knowledge base, and how to track, we can use this particular option. Okay, then if I come back on here, now service portal, because the view you are able to see, it's called the native view. Someone say console view, someone say admin view. But if you're able to see this, this is service portal. Articles will be shown here for an end user. Okay, tell me, if a user don't have any role assigned, then what he or she can do on the service portal? If a user don't have any role assigned, what he or she can do on the service portal? Yes, Farah.
Just submit requests.
Okay, only just submit the request.
And viewing articles, just view articles.
Okay, only viewing the article.
Yeah. With no role. It's
So
basic. So
the end user role, yeah.
End user, it is good. Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, so even
yes,
if
end user.
yeah.
Something is missing.
Yeah.
Something is missing, Farah. Good, Surbi.
No, I will just wait for Farah to complete and then. Sorry, I just interrupted.
Let's compete together. So.
Okay. So Farah say can submit request, can view article. What else?
Incident as well. Submit incidents.
Submit
Incidents.
I mean, some complaints about something.
Are you sure?
I become not sure.
Ruby, what do you think?
No, I'm also incident.
Tejas, what do you think?
If we are talking about end user, he should not able to do anything.
Come on.
Like if it is an end user and we have not given him any role or something, he would be just able to log in and just change his password and all. Like
No.
profile setting, he can do like nothing apart from that.
Tejas, you are using Amazon.
Okay.
You did account. Still, you are able to do a lot of things. Do you have any rule on that part? No.
Okay, so we can read lot of like knowledge articles, FAQs. We can request. We can raise request for I mean catalog items. Like
हो गया. What else? What else? Well, why you're not confident that an end user can raise an incident? Come on. This is the basic end user can do. You did not find on the portal that create an incident. Then how you can say that he cannot raise an, you consider yourself as an end user. You're using a website. Any website you are using it. Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon, any website you're using it. Have you purchased any license for that? No. You just created your account. Surbi @XYZ, Farah @XYZ, Tejas @XYZ. Enter password. And you're doing shopping. You're raising incident. Hey, I returned back this product, but I did not get the refund till now. What you're doing? You're raising incident. You're reading articles.
Correct. Yeah. You're right.
And Tejas in service now end user means this thing only that he can do minimum and maximum these 3 or 4 things. Number 1, he can raise incident. He can raise requests and he can read articles. For I was checking, but if you say yes, you are confident, I was happy. You lose your confidence because you are feeling no, it cannot be done. Put some thoughts there.
Yeah.
If you are an end user, you're not able to raise incident. What else you can do here?
Yeah.
Then
Exactly. Yeah.
So the same thing. So when we say this thing, that is what I'm saying. When I say, guys, do this practice, create a user, don't give any access, go to the service portal and then see what you can do. An end user can see only and only his incidents, where IT user can see anybody else's incident as well. I can update the profile, right? But mainly these 3 things: raise incident, request, and knowledge article. So if you are having a end user role and you're coming here, then you can see these knowledge articles. So what we have to do, we have to be configure the home page. How it will become? If I come here, service portal here. This SP. If you scroll down, and you can see knowledge base. If you are creating any knowledge article, the knowledge base must be attached in the service portal. Otherwise, it will not show. If I click on the edit here, so now I can add these 2. And save and come here and reload. Come on the knowledge base. So now you can see why these 3s are coming, because I added this in the portal. This is what this guided setup says. Configure the home page, configure the results, configure the article view page, and redirect legacy UI pages. Generally, we say that, okay, this is the right way we are doing. A user can come and click on this and do all the things. This is what this particular part says. And last is important, that regarding your indexing services. Quality check you have to be do there. And for this, you have to be do the plugin activation here. I'm not going in deep of these things. It's not as much part of our agenda. Just to show you the guided setups. Okay. And at last, some analytics and mapping you want to do, you can do this thing. In this, one thing is important from the practical perspective as well, which I want to be discussed for a few minutes. This is what knowledge integration. I am supporting a customer. They are having 2000 knowledge articles in their existing system. I told them, please bring this article in the service now. I thought it's not possible for us. We have 2000. I have nobody who can do copy pasting work for me in the 2000 article. Then what to do? Because articles are must. I have a capability, I have a property in my system that unless article will not attach, you cannot proceed further in the incident. Then how to do?
You have to proceed with some automation.
What automation?
We can import those.
Yes, to import, to perform some integration using some integration mechanisms, let's say.
Chalo. Let me put a little bit more harder question. Knowledge article is one which contains the attachments, which contain the videos, which contain the images as well. Now what you will do? I have 500 articles which contain minimum, every article contain minimum 4 images. How to import the images? And in a sequence. So ServiceNow bring this particular option here.
Okay.
But one thing from the practical experience, I'm telling you, whenever you are doing any implementation for your customer, specifically where they already have some tool on the place and they want to become on the ServiceNow, please ask them to clean your data.
Yes.
Maybe these 2000 articles which they are insisting, no, Natul, please bring, Surabhi, please bring into the ServiceNow. Ask them, boss, check that how many articles are actually useful for you. Maybe out of 2000, there's 1000 articles which were not touched even a single time in the last 1 year. Then why you're bringing it in the ServiceNow? Right? Unnecessary efforts. Or you can deprioritize that 1000. Okay, let's take importance, or let's take priority of the first 500, or let's take priority of the first 200 which are daily used. Bring that first. So to do this part, ServiceNow say that I am giving you the option, but you have to do some integration on the place. This is what they are bringing here. Configure external content integration and configure knowledge harvesting for the communities. Mainly we will see this part and which plugin is required. It's a web dev is something is there. See, external content integration. Let's come here. This one. They are saying install this plugin and then you can do the import part. It's again a free plugin. This plugin external content such as applicability support, once configured, this feature will create a copy of external content on the knowledge article, and then indexing will be done. But again, I'm telling you, as per my experience, and it says that these three will be installed. I said, okay, install. It will be done. Okay. As per my experience, this is not a recommended approach, because in this, sometime articles did not import it properly, which can create an issue. Okay. So we say, okay, from SharePoint to ServiceNow, it's still easy. From Word to ServiceNow, it's still easy. But if you say any other tool, it's little complicated part. So we avoid, but we have no other option as well left on that part. So always we give a try for this particular option only, external content. This is what it is important here. Okay, now come, and with this guided setup is completed. This is the last thing in the guided setup. Boss, pehle, which is available, do that part. At the last, bring this particular stuff in your system. This is what we have to be discussed about the guided setup. Any question? And all plugins we discussed here. Okay, now let's discuss quickly on this part, role. Okay, we discussed that roles are available in ServiceNow for the knowledge management. Let's say I put knowledge. Okay. See, now we have yesterday we have only 4. Now we have more than 4 because plugins get installed now. When the plugin get installed, the relevant or the required, so not required, the relevant role also get created in ServiceNow. So this we see yesterday, knowledge admin who manage the basis, knowledge coach who mainly deal on the indexing, quality indexing specifically. But he also can read, write and review the knowledge articles. Like this role only. But knowledge one don't do anything AQY survey, but it can do. Domain expert, same, but one level above. Role wise no difference, but you can define it. Group manager can manage knowledge type groups. If you come here and let's say group, there's a field available type, this one. See, who can manage these type of groups if you give this role? Group member, role of member of group type. Who can manage these members of this group? This role. Knowledge manager from the admin part. And knowledge view as who can view and search the knowledge article. In this, one thing is important specifically, knowledge base. Once a knowledge base has been created, nobody can delete that knowledge base.
Even knowledge admin?
I said nobody. Nobody.
So why it cannot be deleted? It's
I did not find any justification for this one. The reason can be or some other way, because if by mistake I delete the knowledge base, all the article base get deleted as well. So to avoid a blunder, they are saying don't delete. Better to deactivate, but don't delete. In the same manner, there is two things which is available in change, which nobody can delete. I try to find out that why it is be there, why they are not allowing to do this part. Then I summarize from myself only. It can be on the security issue only.
Okay.
But these are the rules we can see. Can view, can contribute, all the things will be there. Okay, this is important, which I want to be tell you here. That's why I just mentioned the 3 stars that okay, nobody can delete the knowledge base. Okay. Now let's come on the knowledge form quickly. Where we are create this one. This one. Okay. Now let's understand this. I'll get a new one. Knowledge article. Create new. Even though we start discussing yesterday, but still we'll complete today. Okay, so here we put the knowledge base. I'll put LNG. I can put the category, yes, which we discussed yesterday. I can put the category. There's a no category, so I can put any category here. Functional. If you want to get under this functional, why it's not allowing me to do functional? Why am I not getting any plus icon here? Chalo, let's say admin service now and click OK. Then scheduled published date. If you want to schedule, you can schedule as well. That okay, on this particular date it should get published. Okay. Validity, yesterday we see, right? 10 days we mentioned, so it's coming 10 days. Article type, how you want to show it? You want to show it as a HTML or wiki? It is question from the examination perspective. What article types available? Wiki means it's like a wiki page. Confluence, nowadays there's a concept called the Confluence as well. Something similar, we have earlier wiki pages. So you can say it's a look like or present or appear like HTML or wiki. And workflow state is a draft. Why am I not able to see it? More things. Oh, Asha, we are on the article level, not on the sorry, knowledge base level. And then you want to put any attachment link? Yes. You want to display attachment? I said yes. And here you can mention your created knowledge article. You can do anything here. Any kind of a formatting you can do. Any kind of a numbering table, picture, links, images, anything you want to do, you can attach it here. Even color reverse as well, theme as well you want to change, you can change it. Full screen, if you have a HTML code, you can put HTML code as well. And now click on the submit. 1004. Copy it, submit. Now what will happen with this article? Let's see. It is on the version 001 and it is on the getting the publish button. Why publish? Because if you go in the knowledge base, it says instant publish. It says instant publish. It means as soon as I click on the publish, my work done. And now you can say it's 1.0. And if you come here on this part and you click on LNG, functional and SN, and your article is there. Now if I give any feedback, no bad, submit. And if you come back here on the knowledge article, open it. Scroll down and you can see the feedback. 3 different feedback will be generated. 1 for comment, 1 for helpful and 1 for the rating. Okay, bad. Now how to find this in more detail, in more depth. So you can go here and check for the feedback management. Here. The feedback. This is what I'm getting it. If you click on this, you will get it is for the rating. Do you want to flag it for your action? Like we are working in a company, we got some email which is important for us to be read again, to be action after some time. We flag it. If you want, you can flag it as well for your own purpose. Because I'm a knowledge manager, I don't have a time as of now, but I want to be investigating that why this user give me a 3, where everybody is giving me 4 or 5. So this flagging option available here, and by this way we can get the knowledge article. Now, if you want to retire it, checkout to get a new version. If I click on the checkout, you can see version get changed. And again, I can publish. Now you can see, it is gone. Knowledge, all.
Atul, these the feedbacks, right, that the end user or the readers, right, they are submitting. Is it only, I mean, is it visible to the admin only, or the person who has, I mean, who has made the article? It's visible to them also.
Mainly to admin, and there is again knowledge admin.
That, I mean, the knowledge manager's role, right? Because
Right,
the admin, right? So that the feedbacks are visible. So that is what they do. They go based on the feedbacks. Okay.
Right. They take the action. So now if you open this and you want to retire it, do you want to replace the current article with another article? I said no, because I'm retiring it. It's retired. No approval required. Why? Because if you come here and open this knowledge base, it says instant retire. Clean. Clear.
That's the workflow. That
is the workflow. Right. Okay. Right. So there are total 4 workflows attached, and that can be a good question for you guys in the concept of or in the examination perspective. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now one thing which we missed out, or not missed out, but we can go article version affected. Okay, let me republish this. So I can republish it. Okay, it is in the same format. You can add any product as well, that this article will be applicable for this as well. You can create the feedback task here. If any approval required, it will come here itself. If any related sorry, go ahead. Any question?
Yes, please. Sorry to interrupt you, Atul. But when we retire an article, it means that we untouch the article from the knowledge base, right?
We have
the article is still existing. I mean, it's not.
No. Okay.
It wasn't removed.
When we say retire, it means we are taking back that article from the knowledge, from the end user perspective. Now it will not visible to the end user. Okay, I see. Thank you. Okay, this thing. Okay, so now I'll come on the knowledge base, because something what we have to be discussed. I was checking this. Can read, can contribute. This is what we called as a user criteria. Who can read this article? You can define here. You cannot put the name. In my company, there's 1,000 of users. I cannot put everybody name. So what I do, I create the user criteria on the basis of some particular conditions, like only and only which have an admin role, only who has a ITIL role, only who has a CFDB read role, only who has a non-ITIL role, who has the incident fulfiller role. So with this we can define. So if any user who is fulfilling any of this condition and available in the right side of the slush bucket, let's say I put any user and save. Now this can be used by anybody. Homework for you guys. If there's a no value under this both, then who can read and who can contribute? Then who can read and who can contribute? Try to get that answer.
What's the difference between can read, can contribute?
Okay.
Yeah. And
This is what I can read.
Okay.
And if I come here and I'm able to make a changes, that's a contribute.
Okay.
That's a contribute.
So
Okay.
the reader can also give the ratings and feedbacks, right?
On the portal, anybody can do, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Service portal is for everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So now the question that if there's a no read, no contribute, specifically if there's a no criteria in can read, it is available as a public. Anybody can read it. That is the important point. I don't want to lose the confidentiality of my document. That is the reason I have a can read option. If by mistake you are not putting any rule, any criteria here, you are making it as a public and the risk with you that time. Okay. And that is the reason when I say public, anybody who or I can say any unauthenticated user also can read this because it's a public. Right. And that is the reason they are saying that if you want to stop unauthenticated user, you have to use the property to make sure that it is available with public, but with the valid user account or the valid or authenticated user, not the unauthenticated user.
Atula, I have a question here, right? With this unauthenticated user role, right? Still, that's going to be a company's employee, right? Because if we are implementing service now for any company, right? That I mean, everybody is going to have an end user rights. I mean, if they have the ID, if they're part of the organization, right? They will have an employee numbers, right? So what do we exactly mean by unauthenticated user?
Okay, so mainly the unauthenticated user means practically who are not allowed to come on my website.
Okay.
Okay. Like if I say I'm making the public, see they're using the word called the public. Means it is openly available in the internet now. Anybody can see this. But if you want to remove that option, better to use these things.
Okay. Okay.
That is a part of the unauthenticated user here. Okay. So this is what, and if you set anything on the knowledge based level, it will be inherited by the knowledge articles as well. Here. Let's say, do I have any functionality here to add can read or can contribute here as well? Nothing is there. No user criteria. So it means I can drive this functionality only and only on the knowledge base level. Here I decide, then it will move forward for the knowledge article as well. So it is important that how to show and what to show to what type of customer. Sorry, what type of user, not customer. Okay.
Right.
And the same thing applicable here as well, can contribute. If you click on the edit, you will get the same options. See, you cannot read, but you can contribute. How this will be logically fitting? If I can contribute, it means I should be able to read as well. But if you're not putting, then you're not allowed. So now if we say here, if I put any can contribute criteria here, it means only those users can read, nobody else can read. You can try, create one article, create one knowledge base, create an article, and just mention that a user with the ITL role can able to see. And create a user and don't give the title role. Then see, is that user able to see that article or not? This is what the purpose here. So this is a small demo that how it will be look like. In the native view, we see yesterday that we have options available, and now in the demo we created one knowledge article where we see knowledge base and the flows as well. If you make a change in the knowledge base, if you change this, then see approval publish. So now it will go for the manager level publishing. This is what they are saying. Now the question comes, by how many ways an article can get created? Manually, this is what we saw. Sorry, this is what we saw. You come here using the application, we can create it. Second, we can create article from the incident as well. Open. And let me scroll down. This one. If you tick this box, and once this incident will move into the closed state, or close or a little bit. Let me find out. It's not close. On the closer. When the incident get closed, an article will be get created, but in the draft state. With the minimum information, the description, short description will be coming from incident.
So when you say close, that means we only resolve it, right? Then it gets auto closed.
Close, yes, auto close, right?
Auto, okay.
Right. Okay. Third one, you can import as well. The option we shall be giving. Okay. And how this can be work? You can go here. Knowledge. Under that we have a, where is it got? I was looking for the articles. Or let me search with the right word. Import articles here. Click on the import articles. And then you can bring it. Which knowledge base you want to bring it? Word file. It means just click on the Word file, it will come here itself. This is the best way to do this part. That bring articles in the Word file, and then you can move it here. I guess this is called the web dev. Something I am missing out the right term here. So if you add your doc file here, under which category should go, you can mention.
So Atul, I mean, if we have like just a short example, right? If I have 10 articles, right? If the client just wants to bring 10 or 50 articles together, right?
No,
After the cleanup and
import one by one.
One by one. Okay. Okay. And the videos and everything, or it just has to be doc?
Yes, in the doc, right.
In the doc only. Okay.
Right. So you can try this option. Even I did not try this part because we never recommend this to customer. It's too much work. Okay. And last, what you can do, you can, okay, not for this one, but if you want to integrate, okay, some other system, then ServiceNow provide an option called the web dev. I guess it is again a plugin which we activate, and that will help me to bring the data or bring the knowledge article from the external sources like SharePoint.
Yeah.
But again, when I talk about the integration, we have to do the table to table level mapping, field to field level mapping, everything we have to be doing.
Yeah, the transformation map will come into
Correct,
picture.
correct.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Atul, I mean, in few of my clients, right? I mean, we did not implement the knowledge base there or management there, but I've seen that they have linked the Google as well. I mean, some cases if the requester is not able to find something right with some restricted rights, they can even search it with the Google help, and then they can attach the article from there. So that was also possible through this web dev?
No, but for the web dev is just a medium to bring your articles from the external source of ServiceNow. It's not doing any mapping. It's bringing actually your articles into ServiceNow.
Okay.
Okay. So when you say that they are bringing from, or they have on the Google, it means they're using it for the solving purpose, or they're actually bringing that article in the ServiceNow. Because no company recommend that you can go and search on the Google and solve the issue.
Yeah.
It's not.
I've seen in couple of my accounts that
but
definitely restricted.
They have some policy around that.
Yeah, they do have policy.
Right.
So it was very restricted. Only
Right.
in certain areas like around the networks and IPs and all, they can just Google it out. It's not for like everybody, but yeah, that was that I have seen. They had a policy that it will only allow access till a level, not after that.
Right. And also because I also implemented ServiceNow for one of the customers. They are very fresh in ServiceNow, and it was new to that company as well. So we also use the Google, but we have a habit that if I am bringing anything from the Google, then I have to get a knowledge article in ServiceNow, so that it should become authenticated process then.
Yes, correct.
So now we are on the last part, that is on the workflow. So these many 6 you can see workflow available or given by ServiceNow. There is one more, that is for the knowledge base. I want to request a new knowledge base, then this workflow will be coming. But if you want to see the approval publish, then you can see here approval user, approval knowledge base management. It will go to the manager of that particular knowledge base. Like in our case, it will go to Surbhi and Farah. Like this, it will go to this group, and then it will find out and approve it. The purpose of showing these workflow, because there is a important concept when you will go for the ServiceNow or this ITSM training in the ServiceNow platform. In this particular workflow, they are using a script include, and that name is KB workflow KB workflow SNC. There is a script include that they use. It's a very logical level, very coding level, but you will read this term very frequently when we do this training. That what is the script include? It's KB workflow SNC. It's a ServiceNow build script and all the things will be there, but they're using that script somewhere in the getting approval, this place. So in this KB workflow, how much should I did it? This one here. So they're using this particular script include. In this, they have a write code that how to get the approval and all things will be there. But this will be used in all 4 or 6 that particular workflow which we're discussing here. has been used in this part, in this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 completely. Okay, I did to tell you because you should not get confused when you're going through the trading. Arey, Atul did not tell us this thing because it's on the very coding level. Okay, so with this, we've done our knowledge management part. Now, what is the homework for you guys? Create knowledge base, create knowledge article, create 2 or 3 different knowledge bases with the different approvals and see that what will happen. Try to do these options. Try to put user criteria. Then it will be easy for you to be understand that how this thing basically work for you. A small one, but it's required to do these things. And try to import knowledge article as well from the Word file. That is it be maybe should be you can try bring 2 or 3 knowledge or document in a single code part.
Okay. Yeah.
Will it get one article? Will it get multiple articles?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll actually do that.
That is-
Atul, I just had one more query,
Sure.
right? When you were showing that that integration part, right? It has 2 options. One was saying article harvesting, and one was saying the import. I mean, the integration, right? So the harvesting, right? Is it the same one where you have shown us the docs where we can upload the docs?
Practically, I have no idea on that part. I did not
Okay.
go much deeper on that side.
Okay, no problem. I'll actually
Okay.
explore that because I
Even
wanted to
even
see.
in the training when I was going through Guided setup, they did not tell us
Mhm.
about the harvesting only. They just say these are the steps you have to be complete. That's all.
Okay.
So you can check that part.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. These things. Yes, anything else left from our side? Let me see. We have done this table structure, workflow we discussed, native we discussed, most useful we discussed, manual can contribute. Yes. So with this, we have completed our knowledge management as another core process, sorry, not core, supporting process in the training part today. Any question till this point? Because from Monday, we are landing into the incident management, and that is becoming our core product, core module basically, which we have to do a lot of to and fro side, workflows, properties, demos, because in this part, we have a incident, we have a major incident as well.
Yeah.
We'll activate some plugin and we'll see that what will be happening.
So Atul, I still have that confusion, right? So usually we have licenses, right? ITIL license, we have the end user, and then we have admin license, right?
Right.
And then we have multiple roles, like we even saw for the knowledge management itself, right? There are admin and other.
Wait.
Okay.
Licensing has been used by the account managers
Okay.
when they go for the payment. In service now, if you talk to me or if you ask me, ITL is a role and a license both. If you have an ITL role assigned to your account, it means you have an ITL license in your account. Licensing basically a wider term. Role is on the operational level. Like you are, let's say you are managing a team. Under your team, you have 20 people. They need Surbi, I need this role. You said okay. But when you go for the costing part, you consider this as a licensing. How much cost I have to pay for this license? These roles have to how much I have to pay. So that is the part. And also ServiceNow has some mechanism on the licensing as well, like some subscription based, some user based, some product based kind of things. They have a different mechanism on that part. So don't get confused that what is license, what is role. Both are similar but not same.
Not seen. Okay.
One is used for the costing part, one is used for the operational part.
So if I am assigned to be, I am a knowledge manager, right? Let's take an example that somebody gave me the responsibility to be a knowledge manager.
Right.
Now, as we saw, right, there is a knowledge manager admin role available, right? You can play around the portal and do a lot of stuff. So fine, that role will be given to me. But along with that, that ITIL role, is it also mandatory to give that
No.
role to me? No.
No.
Okay.
This point you will see in the incident management. What is the minimum role required to work on the incident is not ITL. Is
Okay.
SN_incident_right role. That is what I'm saying. When I say create a user and give only this rule, so that you can understand that ITL is very big. This is the if I'm implementing a knowledge management for my customer, they don't want another module, then why should I give them ITL role? I'll give only knowledge management role, right?
Correct.
It means they have functionality. And also, if you want to do a little bit R&D on that part, open that role and see how many role it inherit as well. Maybe it inherit ITL as well. Maybe. I'm just giving example. Maybe not.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
There is a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Chaliye. So let me close the recording. Any last question before I stop? Tejas and Farah.
No, for me.
Okay.